Okay, gotcha. Also, yeah, you got all of you that are subscribed. You can hear me now. Fuck them. Don't care. Oh, you gotta type this in manual. Okay. Oh, at least she admitted it directly. What? That's what I'm doing. Like, it put a spin on it. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure which way we were going to go about doing that, so let me turn that off. Okay. Yeah. Boink. Alright. Oh, Wretch, did you turn off the head bob? Okay. Alright. Later, Eve. Whatever, Pierce. Yeah, Resident Evil Death Island, like, properly, like, Chris properly comes out and says, yeah, he did. Because he's having a bond. Yeah, he's having a bonding moment with Jill in that case because of her being controlled in 5. And that's her first mission back. There we go. Was it nowhere near your face when you dropped it? Yeah, for whatever reason, it just doesn't decide to work properly. Ow. No, no, Wretch. No, not that topic. No, no. Bat. No, 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 no. Yeah. That Unreal 5 is doing work. Space. The final butt tier. Oh, and also, of course, I still had my just starting screen on, so there's that. I need to change that right now. Here we go. All right, cool. Yeah, just no floppy drives. All right. Okay. Honestly, I didn't even expect that. Yeah, I didn't expect that door to even open properly. Just what could go wrong? Smack, smack. Oh, you got to create new characters. Also, Wretch, you know, I'm sure that that's what Isaac was thinking when he went to the Ishimura. I'd be interested in that, but by God, I'm gonna need some fucking weapons. No respawn capture. Can't see that getting us in trouble at all. When do we get that? Yeah, same. And all this technology, and we still use batteries for fucking flashlights. Yeah, I see the no respawn capsule on the bottom of the screen here. Neck deep. Yeah, she has that. Yes. I noticed when your wife's dumpy was stopping me from being able to progress. Yes, it does. Thus my earlier comment. We can be as far in the fucking future as we love to be, but somehow, some way in video games, a flashlight will always have a battery. Spooky reasons. So the minimap doesn't have a motion detector on it, does it? Yeah. Of course it is. You know, it'd be nice if one of you dead motherfuckers actually had a weapon on you. Well, you got bored in the head. I can't tell, but I'm guessing you probably met a similar fate. Fancy. I'm gonna press the button. Oh, I think it's only one per person. Oh, that's... Uh-oh. Extraterrestrials, a decapitator. Wow. Okay, well, the things get their head bored into, so... I'm guessing... well, it could be either corrupted robot, small, but I don't think so because there were more people there. So maybe it was just shooting his victims? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I look forward to dying gruesomely. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking the ones I saw definitely had like a like entry wound in their heads. So yeah. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd imagine it would be chest. Alright, following you, Vash. Yes. Alright. I think there was some on the ground a little earlier as well, but I just missed that. Nope. If you're talking about coinage, I'm not sure. Yeah, Reg, if you look at the foreheads. Yes, that was you caused that door to close. Well. Alright. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's the best path for it. Alright. Hey, credits. Hey, credits. If I had a weapon, I'd be more than willing to, but... Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, I got you. It's on the ground. Okay. Well, there's two robots. There's a large robot and a small robot. The small robot bores into your head, but it also it moves silently, so that might be it. Okay, I found an unknown disc and also one of the passes. I have it right here. No, I have another one. I'm putting it right outside room 13. Hey, it's right over here. And it vented. I don't think we got through all of them, but I did get... Yeah, I've gotten through a fair number of them. I got one of the discs, and then, I check my inventory. Where? Which room? It's returned. Is a shield. Hey, Wretch, move back a little bit. Yeah, I got two. Right. You know, it makes this, even though it's still the high likelihood of getting fucked over, it makes it a little bit, it feels like it's a little bit more fair with an actual weapon. But, of course, given that that has, yeah, that one has a kinetic shield, it doesn't really help matters. Yeah. I got all of one round. You can go ahead and vent, you know. It vented. Got one. Of course there is. Alright, 5 out of 7. It's kind of like Wheatley from Portal. Alright. I think given the size, it probably can. Yes, you can. Because you're looking at one that we can. I mean, still. Conceptually. Yep, there it is. And I was staring at it that time as well, so it was just like... A little bit of performance anxiety before Leia? Get. Nothing from nowhere, nowhere. It almost tried. Yeah, because I didn't know where you fuckers were. Well, yeah, you go ahead. They're gonna say check the storage. I mean, some, not a lot, not where we needed to be. Yeah, it's just a time thing. Of course it is. Yeah. Yeah, but that doesn't mean much of anything considering that there's a vent to get in here with. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I see it. Nope, didn't do shit. Okay. That. Which direction did you go? I'm looping. Okay. Yeah, it's coming back around this way. Yeah, I only got but so much time left. Ugh. Yeah, just keep moving. Yeah, running. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Where is cockpit again? Down, up. Okay, turn left. Ah, there we go. Boo! There's an additional condition? Yeah. Oh, I did find that disc, so that made up for the friendly fire damage, at least. Yeah. Yeah. Congrats for this first mission. The corporation has promoted you to the rank of mercenary. Here's your payment. You are now authorized to carry a weapon and access more lucrative contracts. Plenty of new missions await you, so gather your team and get to work. I don't have no credits for any of that shit. I feel like I should probably save in order to get in order to get a better item. Hmm. Huh. Ping. Yeah, I was looking at getting the mini map upgrade, but I don't have a. Actually, I do have enough for that right now, but I feel like I should probably save it towards something else. Threat detector. Okay. Wretch, what are you going to get? Okay. I'll probably just hold out and get in whatever credits we get later. I was gonna say, given how I seem to forget in the middle of like having to deal with shit, and Wretch has memory of a goldfish on meth, I think that you might be the best one to remember that. Ugh. Huh. Hmm. Yeah. Of course there is. I have ice cream, and I have also, if I really want to, plantains and tea. Nice. Mm. I went to the Peruvian restaurant, one of the Peruvian restaurants we have here, so I got like two chicken quarters, then also fry. Yeah. Bang. I got some yucca root, some french fries, and also the plantains as well. Yucca root, plantains, and also some french fries that they had there as well. And like a bunch of sauces that they have too. So it's good. Relatively healthy. Like my health app still wants to still beat the shit out of me for it, because it's like you had fries, you had yucca root, you had not white meat chicken, I'm just like, look, dog. Mm. Mm. Hmm. I believe so, yes. Buh. Hey, what happened to my fucking Why did they take my SMG? No, no, no. No, I'm just, no, it's her. So I guess that those aren't progressive then. All right. I mean, this thing has elements of phasmophobia as well, because of having to figure out what the fuck you're going to be dealing with. Not to the same extent of having to guess, but by the same token, I was thinking, oh, okay, cool. We'll just be able to keep, if we end up procuring items, then we get to keep those. On no, apparently security just says, nah, dog. You had something. You get nothing. Decapitated. Oh. Okay, so it's one of the aliens, I guess. Wretch. My palms sweaty. My trigger finger itchy. Damn, that's a lot of bodies. Yeah, they really did some work here. Okay, pierces the chest. I'm guessing the blue ones, maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I see some locked doors there already, so... Yeah, likewise. Yeah. Mm-hmm. hate that there's no ability to mark. Ugh. Really prompting that Scooby-Doo split up. Yeah. Can't say much. I'm looking around like fucking Doom guy at the moment. I dropped a container. Oh, I see it. Yeah. Alright. So don't crouch on that one, right? So yeah, once again, crouch or no crouch? Really? I died. And now I don't have my fucking SMG anymore. Well, I have no idea where you guys are now, so I'm just going to scavenge around the top area. But yeah, as I said, I died earlier there, so. Hmm. What? Uh-oh. Okay. Damn it. fair. Cannot fault you for that, Wretch. Shit. Ow. God damn it. Where did I die at? Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can get back to where I was. I'm trying to remember what room I was in. Yeah, no, I got that. I'm looking for where I died at because I had dropped some stuff. Room 23, room 22. You found like room 6. Oh, hi, hello. Ugh. I don't have energy. Move. Ugh. Yeah, it's still after my ass. It's still up here, so do as necessary. For that. Yeah. Oh, while that's happening, I'm just gonna go ahead and get my ice cream real quick because I'm kind of pinned down at the moment. But if it keeps the aggro up here, then that kind of works out well for you two. I'm gonna go ahead and lock this room and go get my ice cream. Continue, you two. Yeah, I can't really tell anything. Eight blue. Ugh. Lovely. Got fucked up by that thing. Yeah, as long as it's that pipe, you're good. Yeah, 6 was red. shit back up. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, he's chasing me now. I think he just got... No, he's still after me. Alright, he's still around me, but he's not... He doesn't see me right now. There he is. Alright. Fuck. Okay, well, so good news. Provided that I've survived, I found 2 of the unknown disc things. All right. Where's ah shit. Yeah, I went to the wrong area. I don't remember where the fucking thing is. Ah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember where the... Okay, maybe here? Yeah, I'm having a hard time with that. Where the fuck? Yeah. That's leading down. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can't. I can't. And I got stuck on a box. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't, like, I was trying to figure out, like, where the map... Yeah, I was trying to figure out where the map was, and, like, where in... Nope, just died. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to find where the exit was, but I just didn't see it. I was looking on the map and just, like, saw nothing, so... Yeah, because I didn't know. Like, I was in the central area, so I was thinking, okay, it'll probably be, I probably have to go upwards. All right. Nope. Yeah, that was 40 minutes wasted. Mostly because, alright, Vash, you've played some of these with me, but you haven't played a whole lot of these with me. I have a really bad knack for being able to just attract the enemy somewhere, some way. Somehow, some way, it will always come after my ass, and I will be the first one dead. To try and avoid that, I actually end up going into the room in order to then look around and try to see if I can find other secrets and stuff that's around the area. Mitigate the harm. And unfortunately, I just didn't get a chance to get out. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Game's not bad by any stretch of imagination. It's just that I know my luck in this style of game. Alright, where is... Okay. Fair enough. Mission room, specimen room. Yeah, we can pick this up next week when possibly when Hotline's getting it. Yeah, because if you're running that hard, and we're going to be in for another like 30 to 40 minutes, so you're ready. Yeah, I guess I'll probably find something else in order to play on. Yeah, ready. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Like, I should be, but today was not the day, apparently. It's like, yeah, I should be a lot more tired. I'm just not.
Eat, suckers! Can you dig it?
Alright. Alright, so what am I going to do now? I could pick up more Romeo is Dead, but I feel like that one can try and keep that consistent. Can you dig it? Okay. Well. Thanks, Vash. Just go ahead and chat real quick. Seven, 1, 8, 5, 7. There we go. Okay. So since I don't have a whole lot in order to do in this case, let's see what I want to play. I guess I could probably do the GTA stuff. I know that's not particularly thrilling to anybody that's here, but at the very least, it'll keep things going. Hey, Tete. Let's see. Yeah, we were playing something. We were playing Specimen Unknown, but they got tired, so and they have to do stuff in the morning, so it's just me now. Yeah, I guess I'll do some GTA racing. It's gonna be a bit of a hard shift, but Grand Theft Auto. And then also, let me go to YouTube and update that as well. Stream settings. So I'm waiting for before I start playing a lot more Tekken. I'm waiting for the patch to happen, which is supposed to be a little later on this month. What am I saying this month? It's March. The patch is in March. So we got a little bit of time in order to wait on that one. And as a result, I just haven't really been playing it that much because also the ranks are going to reset. So there's not really a huge point in order to do so. I considered it though. I considered it, but not really too much of a point. We'll see if this works properly. I've had some issues with GTA. I feel like one of the most annoying things that happens whenever I end up having GTA just on is if I go to play Helldivers, it'll try to activate as well, and the Rockstar launcher will try to activate, and it just everything goes downhill. Like the Rockstar launcher just shits itself. The next time around, it says that has like it's like corrupted and it can't load things properly, and it's just a whole fucking thing. But we should be able to avoid that this time, just by the nature of what we're working with here. Okay, yeah, it's capturing. Cool. But yeah, per normal, I just do the weekly race in order to try and get the car, and then I don't have the wheel spin available because I used that kind of late in the cycle yesterday. So, slash, honestly, for me this morning. So that still has to revive at like 1 or 2 a.m. Yeah. Yawn, but not really tired. Just kind of like I just had a fair bit of a little cup of ice cream, so sugar, which is kind of like, oh hey, you had sugar, yo, enjoy this crash real quick. um, as I said, yeah, I consider switching over to Romeo is Dead, but I think I'm going to try and keep that as like a Saturday or weekend game. Just so like if people are interested, they can end up continuing to watch then. But considering the low pull that I normally have whenever it comes to playing games like that, I'm not really going to stress it out too hard. Not to mention that bigger people are playing, have gotten around to playing it. Looking at you, person with dread, or rather, person with locks that has been doing this shit for more than a decade and a half. But here we are back in the GTA mines. Let's try and get this race done. I do hate that they added a new car. Okay, yeah, 13 days left. I'm aware. Yeah, I got 3 hours before I can wheel spin for this. That's the real trap.
A new luxury car is available to win. Stop by.
I'll probably have like 2 of those, but that's not going to stop me from wanting to get another one. Alright, so I should probably go around and like get rid of some of the cars that I'm not really interested in my garages, but I like them. Oh, right. Nope, nope, nope. Wrong one. Okay. Safe is full, so let me go ahead and get that. Car wash. Alright. And nightclub is low, which means that 9 out of 10 the popularity is probably down there. So this actually brings me an opportunity in order to do something. I streamed a little while ago, but also have been playing pretty intensely the Neverness to Everness or NTE beta. It's one of those games that was around a couple years ago that was kind of the everything anime game, right? So it had like cars you were able to drive in it. It has racing, it has fishing, it has pretty much everything, right? And as a result, I had my, just like, of course, because free-to-play game, suspicion is going to be automatically there, but also it's a free-to-play game. I'm going to think that there's going to be something that's going to disappoint me, right?
Great.
Most I got is that the trappings of it being a game of that type is that the character action / combat bits are not going to be nearly as like in depth as they could be, because you're going to have to deal with people who are playing on a phone. Obviously there are some things that are definitely still in beta, as in like some things behave a little weird. Frame pacing on this is fucking bad right now. I don't think I dropped any frames. I'm not even sure where I'll check out in order to see if I did. I don't think so though. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I should still be able to handle that in order to be able to get that. Just gotta get top 4. I think it was. Yeah, plays top 4 in a single race. But alright, so we're trying to handle this like bit by bit, because this is kind of impromptu. Like, just thinking about the game itself, right? The story is actually pretty okay. The environment and world that you're playing around in is like, it's active and very interesting. You get to go around a very large open world city along with shops and 2 in a row. Wow, that's different. You get to go around a relatively large city, playing as your like not created character. You get to choose between a mass presenting or film presenting main character that's basically known as the word starts with an A. I can't really remember it right now, even though I've been appraiser. You're known as the appraiser, and you're going around like trying to deal with the anomalies that are in the world, which they have like different types of creatures that exist, but some are not evil, some are not hostile rather. Because one of the characters that you have in there, he's a little like TV headed sea otter that's able to walk, that's bipedal, and can just kind of is one of your friends in the game. As a result, you get to interact with some of the ones that are and are not, and then also you have your unsurprising like animal and half animal, partial animal people, right? So the options are there, and of course the gacha is there. You roll on a dice board in order to play along. Your gacha is a dice board, so you'll actually get to see some of the things you end up missing, but a lot of it is in treasure chests as well. So there are special areas that will have like some of the items that you would really be preferring to get from there, and others that just won't. But it's the game itself, the gameplay, the way that the game is pretty solid. I've enjoyed my time with it so far, but that said, also it was kind of buffed because of just the nature of getting a bunch of free credits in order to be able to roll for things, and getting a bunch of like in-game credits in order to buy things. They are aiming for every demographic that is possible with that game. So you have you have interior design with apartments and houses that you can get. You can become a mogul by being able to purchase a bunch of different properties that exist in the game. And mostly, from what they were showing, pretty much all of them, at least in the early game, are coffee shops and like luncheon places. So trendy shops, essentially. You're able to change the decor in there in order to be able to get more people interested in it. You are able to buy and race cars, which obviously had a bit of interest on my end. You're able to go fishing, as I mentioned previously. You're able to do a lot in the game. A bunch of different types of side quests. You got your main story quests. You got like happenings that just go on around the city. There's so much. There's so much, and you will always be able to find something to do. If there's not a collectible around the corner in order to pick up, then how the hell did you manage to pick up all the collectibles? You will have different areas to kind of just like walk around and see what people are doing, talk to different people. You'll have barkers on the street saying things to you to try to get you to buy something, or just interact with them. Sometimes you get stuff for free while just talking to them. Let's see. There's just a lot. There's just a lot, and it's solid, but it's a gacha title, so you know what that entails, and you know that it's going to come and run your fucking pockets when the opportunity presents itself. And like, the characters are generally adorable. Now, mind you, if someone decides to pop up with like lewd art of a number of different characters inside the game, no, straight up, there's no denying it. There are a bunch of kids in this game. They refer to them as children. They are actually children. They behave like children, and there's like a couple of them that just have like semi like I don't know about that outfits, but it's not like, a lot of them are kind of just like more so cutesy than it is trying to be like super sexual, which that sentence that makes me just grow up a little bit. But the older characters definitely are way more, as they should be, which is fine. But the younger characters, I don't want to see any R34 of that, but I'm sure that they're just going to say, all characters are aged up to whatever, homie, that is like a 6-year-old. Don't play these games with me. That is like a 10-year-old. Don't play those games with me. But the characters that are older, all interesting, all in aesthetics-wise, all great. Like, and also the semi-questionable outfits for some of those characters are not the like default outfits. So it's like, okay, cool, fine. Like, range appropriate, but still not like cool. Don't like it, but it's the worst. I've seen worse in other games. And you get shit impact. But the overall design is pretty cool. The city is pretty thought out. The stores that you get to go into, there's so many. You get to go into convenience stores. You have flower shops you can buy stuff from, which actually serve a purpose. You have wow. You have a bunch of different locations that are just like, they do a lot to improve the pacing and like view of the world that you're existing in. And it definitely deserves its credit for that. they've made the idea and more so like leanings of a living, breathing world. It does that. It does that pretty well. Now, all that said, all that praise said, once again, as I've mentioned like 3 times now, it is a gacha game. So your expectations have to be on the floor when it comes to what you're trying to get, all of the practices that are going to be involved in it, all the psychological tricks in order to try and get you to do things. But playing with dice at least makes the sting a little less because you're dealing with double randoms. So what I mean by that, you have the random nature of, oh yeah, there's my drag. You have the random nature of, do I have 2 vehicles in here that are the same? Let me just check something real quick while I'm thinking about it. I have 2 power surges. Damn, okay. I must have won both of those. Anyway, so you have the base element of the game where you're doing your gacha. Alright, fine, sure. Everybody understands that. You get, like, you do your pool, you throw dice, but you're throwing dice around essentially a play board, a board game. That board game is pretty. It will hurt your spirits a little bit while you're playing it, in order to say, hey yo, that thing that you were doing, that thing that you're looking for right there, no, you're not getting it. Sometimes you'll have things out in the open. Often, most of them are hidden between gold and purple chests. Those chests, random chance. So it's random chance on top of random chance when you're playing it. A couple of times it did actually discount like how many a 10 pool was. So instead of having to have 8 dice, instead of having to have 10 dice, you could have 8 dice. And it was pretty cool. That part was pretty cool. But once again, it's a gacha. So on top of that, it has gacha combat. And that's easily the best way I can describe that. As in, it is not particularly deep. You are often button banging, mashing like one button, every once in a while mashing another, and there's 3 that you have to really concern yourself with. You got your light attack, which is your standard combo attack. You got your light attack, you got a heavier, more cinematic attack, and then you have another button, which is your ultimate. Which is just like, alright, cool. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking this car up. You have your ultimate, which is like, fine, cool, whatever. I do this, I hit these, I do these things, and I get stuff, right? Right. So you know what to expect when it comes to playing the combat in it. If you played Genshin, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. They added the extra button, which makes things a little bit better. And each of the characters a number of the characters do have their own quirks when it comes to like holding down the button and having special attacks, or being able to just have like general buffs around, that sort of thing. The system is not super deep, but the way that the combat works and looks, more so the way the combat looks, is actually really good. It holds up. Like, it's very flashy, it's very wild more often than not. Counters and parries are a thing, particularly dodging and then countering. And then they have a circle in circle technique for parrying, where certain attacks, you just attack them, it causes them to go off balance and unstable, where you can end up landing extra hits. So a stun mechanic. Yeah. On top of that, while doing a bunch of the combat, you'll have different styles of enemies and also different challenges in order to fight against over time that you have to level yourself up for. Because if a boss says level 40 and you are level 30, you are either going to die very quickly, or you are going to have to duck, dive, and dodge your heart out in order to be able to have a chance of surviving them. It could be worse, but the level diff is very, very apparent. And in some cases, I don't know if this is going to stay in the full game. I don't think it will. It just leveled me up to whatever was necessary in order to be able to stand a chance against the bosses there. If you are a character action game player, I know that some people call them spectacle fighters, and those people can suck me from the back. If you are a character action player, then you will be able to handle yourself with pretty much no problems in this. If you've played Genshin a lot, you'll be able to handle yourself with no problems in this. It's essentially the similar combat you're used to. Punishing Grey Raven, like all of those. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You know exactly what to expect. On top of that, there is the driver mechanics. They do not feel great. So, or rather, they just need to be refined a little bit more. So let me put it this way: you can see like where the gear shift is. Now, all the cars are automatic from what I've seen. I didn't see an option to be able to do gear shift yourself. You have two options. You have, comfortable mode, more or less. I think it was the name of it, something like that. And then you have sport mode. Sport mode allows you, in order to just like rip ass wherever you want to go. You want to swing around that corner super hard? Do it. You want to do something like I just did on here? Go for it. Comfortable mode is more so made for like you're just kind of cruising. You're cruising with your waifu, which I'll get to that in a moment. And you are just able to kind of go around the city, hang out, shoot shit. And shoot shit by mean speed aggressively. There is a police system, but you have to do a lot in order to aggro it. You gotta start running into where pedestrians are, where in which they will go invisible, but you will get tagged for it. You gotta start destroying public property, so hitting a bunch of lamps and stuff. You gotta do a lot in order to be able to get the police on you. And you even had these things called basically like good boy tokens, good boy chips, to be able to just get them off of you if you manage to run afoul of the law. But they are very lenient, especially with their star system. They are very lenient. So on top of that, fishing minigame is pretty much what you would expect for a fishing minigame. It's there. Like, you throw the line, you get a bait, you press L2 and R2 or left and right, or you keep the bar in the middle in order to be able to get the fish out. They have a lot of options when it comes to it, but it's fishing. Like, I don't know what you really want me to tell you on that. It's fishing. Let's see. In the mogul, the tycoon, the real estate tycoon game, you're able to get shops, which I mentioned before. You're able to get a pastry, bagel, like basically think like Starbucks style shops. And you're able to both tell people that you have gotten through gacha to work there, and also some of the locations you're able to work there yourself and do a more or less a memorization / rhythm mini game in order to make people's orders and send them their way. You'll gain passive credits, kind of like what I do in this game when I'm going to the nightclub and keeping popularity up there, and also going to the car wash and keep popularity up there. So you're able to have that as passive income. You do have to buy ingredients for it. You can get them delivered, or you can carry them to there yourselves, which works either way. Like, both options work. It's It's definitely an interesting diversion. It wasn't something I was expecting to be in the game. But considering how hard they're kind of pulling from games like Grand Theft Auto Online and other gacha titles, I can't say I'm too terribly surprised. Surprised, but not super surprised. On top of that, you're able to... Let me get my bars. Anyway, on top of that, you're able to go to a certain area. You're able to go to a real estate company in order to buy apartments. They haven't shown a full-fledged house yet, but essentially you're able to buy apartments, and of course they go up in range from like a simple, you're in a high-rise, like decent apartment, to you are in a penthouse off by itself a little bit. It's pretty cool. And then on top of that, you're able to develop the area as you see fit. You're able to buy little knickknacks through stores, and also you're able to buy furniture, and you're able to set things up in ways that you want it to be comfortable. Which leads me to another thing. You have a bond system in the game, and your bond system is give your friends gifts that they like up to 3 times a day in order to be able to get their favor on your side. Then on top of that, you will have little cutscenes to show more of their personalities and the things that they go through. And then with certain characters, you'll be able to invite them along to do things. So, for example, there is a wolf girl. I want to say wolf girl, maybe cat girl. I think wolf girl. Yeah, wolf girl by the name of Mint, who you start off with as a friend. You are able to, as you go up in those levels, you're able to have her ride shotgun in your cars or vehicles, which is I'm getting back around to that. Being able to have them in your vehicles. And then the part that's relevant to where I'm talking about now, you can invite them to be a partial roommate in your apartment. And they will often not be in the standard clothing that they're in. They're most of the time in like lounge clothing or layabout clothing or like sleeping clothing. So for those who are into that, there you go. But leading back to that shotgun part, as I was saying, when it came to the driving mechanics are a little bit off, but it's also because they're accounting for multiple styles of vehicles that you'll have. There are supercars in the game. There are all right, I'll be the first to admit it. The moment that I saw the car that looked like the A86, I bought that shit. I wanted to. I went directly into the car dealership. I talked to the person. You have to get up to a certain level inside of the tycoon part that you're playing in order to be able to purchase a car. But once you're able to purchase a car, you'll be able to have them in your garage, and you'll be able to quicker summon them, kind of like the mechanic here in GTA. With having the cars that are there, or vehicles rather, you start off with a scooter, you start off with an electric scooter, and you're able to purchase vehicles. I purchased the A86 that was there. It's not an A86, obviously. It's a car that looks like an A86. But I purchased that immediately, and then I went over to a garage, and you're able to customize your cars there too. The game has car customization. It's kind of limited, but you're able to upgrade your car. You're able to do weight reduction and a bunch of other things that I was not expecting to be like there. It wasn't like super in depth because of course beta, and also I'm not expecting this in order to go into Forza Horizon or Grand Theft Auto even levels of customization, but having some of the customization is pretty nice. Also being able to earn other like specialty versions of vehicles is pretty cool. I wasn't able to in the time span I was playing, but I also did some things out of order, which I will get to that. in playing the driving, um, in playing the driving and playing the customization of the cars, once again, it's nice that it's actually there. And I need to once again say vehicles because there are supercars, there's a Range Rover there essentially, and also there were motorcycles that you could get as well. These sometimes will play a factor in the story, other characters will have them. It's very interesting to see what they're doing with NTE and how expansive they are going. And it kind of makes a lot more sense as to why it took so long for it to come out. Well, not even come out with a beta. Now, mind you, there was a alpha last year. There was an alpha last year, and I noticed some more so prominent names ended up getting a chance to get in there. I got into the beta this time around. I'm a little afraid of when this comes out because I might end up spending a little bit of money. Not a lot, but a little. And a little is enough in order to be concerned because I normally try to cheap the fuck out whenever it comes to a free-to-play title. But in the game, along with your relationships, you're able to upgrade your characters as you get through the gacha as well. There is a Tetris minigame Tetris board like game for upgrading some of the stats for the characters. There is music tracks you can have for the characters that kind of act as basically just like soft mods for your characters. And there's a couple other systems as well, but I'm kind of blanking on them at the moment. Like, even though I played a lot of it, I played probably about like 30 hours, 20 to 30 hours of it. There was a lot of me just kind of messing about inside of the city in order to just kind of see what it can do. I have a hard time bringing up technical performance because it's a beta, but for the most part, it was pretty stable. There were some moments where the connection to the servers was a little iffy, but that could have been a multitude of things. As for actual performance, I did have some glitches, like sometimes an elevator door didn't close properly, sometimes the notification for doing something didn't properly. But one of the biggest things I had was what I'm guessing was probably a connection to the server issue, where the screen would, like, especially when moving quickly and streaming in the information, the screen would bounce a lot, like back and forth, and that was kind of frustrating. Not gonna hold you, it was kind of frustrating, but it wasn't like the absolute world's worst, right? I've seen worse in games that have a lot more money put into it and request a lot more money out of you. Let's see. Got the relationships, got that. Oh, also, the actual story itself. The characters are pretty charming. Some of the younger characters are very annoying initially, but once their like initial trope-like characteristics start to melt away a little bit, they become a little bit more likable. Mint is probably going to be a divisive character in the sense of either you're going to really enjoy the dits or you're going to want to strangle her. And there's going to be a little bit of in between, but most people are going to be on one side or the other. Daffodil, one of a properly dressed, like, dark-haired character. She was probably my favorite out of the ones I got a chance to roll and get. There is a sadist that's there, which of course there is because it's the gacha title from China. There is a pretty boy that doesn't want to work at his job. He's like, do I have to? No, then I won't. Have a good day. I'm gonna go fuck off in this field of flowers. Your character is not the worst. Your character is not the worst. They are a little bit of a shit sometimes, but they are not like they're clueless, but not entirely clueless. They have amnesia to the surprise of nobody, and but they know enough about how a world works in order to not be like fish out of water at all times. Not to mention your character has powers, they have powers. Like their character has powers, other people have powers, so you kind of can't do it that hard without it being very frustrating. Oh, the Terminus is on sale. I have like 2 of those, I think. Yeah. Overall, the game is pretty fun. It's with the asterisks of it being a gacha title. It's fun with that asterisk. If it was just a full-fledged game, yo dog, I'd pay $60 for it. I would pay like standard gaming price for it as long as like I was able to unlock characters at a decent click and be able to continue doing stuff in it. I'm sure, fine. But as it is, because you know where they're going to get the money from, they're going to get it from the outfits. They're going to get it from roles for the characters. You're going to get it from probably being able to convert like regular money into game money. You're going to see all these things, and it's disappointing. But it's disappointing that almost everything that you're going to likely like about the game is going to be kind of an element of something else, because it is going to be able to extract money out of the player base. That said, it is really pretty. The animations are very Zenless Zone Zero-esque. There's a lot of stretch and squatch, and all of the animation tricks in order to kind of keep things going. There's a lot of jiggle, depending on where you're looking. A lot of characters have jiggle. And it just visually holds up to what it's trying to do. Just for the sake of doing it. And I think that works. I enjoy my time with it. I'd be willing in order to play it when it actually comes out. But I'm also going to consistently be mindful that this is going to probably pull every dirty trick in the book as it goes in order to be able to get you further in. Also, they made it so you can't just spam the relationship stuff super fast in order to just get it done. Oh no! I'm going to have a bounty on me. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Let me just do an Enderman on their vehicle. Oh no! Let me do that really real quick. Oh no! Oh, 9,000. That's actually surprising. Normally it's like a lot cheaper. Anyway. The game is set to be pretty solid. We don't have a release date, to the surprise of nobody. There might be another beta test. We'll have to see. But I can definitely say that this will be one I would actually end up looking at playing a little bit more intensively in comparison to something like Genshin, which kind of lost my interest shortly thereafter. Also, pretty much all the characters are pale. Just as an aside, all the characters are pale. I'm just going to throw that out there for whatever way you decide to take it. It's going to be a game that a lot of people are going to gravitate to. The aesthetic works really well for what it is. The world is very nicely put together. There is fast travel in the game that's relatively easily accessible. There's a lot that's there, and there's a lot that it does very well, but there's a lot that you just know what you're going to be getting yourself into when you play So that's pretty much it for my thoughts on NTE Neverness to Everness for the beta test that I was in. And I did check the NDA. There wasn't really one. It was more so just like, hey, don't try and steal the stuff that's in here. You can stream with it. You can do this. It's just that normally stuff would be on here. And if you look at the channel, the gameplay should still be on here. So if you're interested in seeing what the game visually looks like and kind of like how some of the characters behave and act in it, then you can definitely check out that video. I'll probably try and put it on YouTube here soon too, just to make sure I have a backup. I think I do have it on YouTube, but I'll have to check in order to make sure. So yeah, that's pretty much all of it when it comes to that. And by that token, I'm probably going to go ahead and finish things up here, because I don't really have too much else to do on here right now since I've done most of the other stuff, and I just gotta wait until my wheel spin is ready. I'm probably going to. Saturday is going to be a little bit up in the air if I'm going to be able to stream alongside Mav, Mallow, and Shiki. Sunday possibly as well, but Saturday is the way more shaky one. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see what happens as it goes. If you don't see me, then I'll try and stream later that night, but I can't hold any promises. I got some stuff I gotta do and got some stuff I gotta take care of for that big thing that I was talking about previously. But yeah, as it is, we're gonna go ahead and raid into Alcina. Alcina. There we go. I fuck that up every time, I swear. But that's going to be it for YouTube. Thank you. Catch you guys